What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskin. I'm back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the brand new SUGO-FEST badge that's coming to One Piece Treasure Cruise Global on the 23rd of November. 2017. So this is a pretty hype SUGO-FEST. This is definitely a SUGO-FEST that a lot of people have been wanting for a while. And in this video, as I said, we're going to be going through every single unit, and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on each of the units in general. Also, before we get into today's video, guys, as I'm recording this video, I will probably be on my way to Japan right now. I'm going on a 2-week vacation over in Japan. So for the next 2 weeks, there's not going to be any uploads on the channel. So just for all of you people out there that were wondering why there's not going to be any uploads over the next 2 weeks, that's why. It's because I'm going to be away. So hopefully you guys do understand, and hopefully you guys do still go on to enjoy today's video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So first unit that we're going to go ahead and talk about is going to be Gecko Amore. So Gecko Amore is a strength-driven fighter type character, and at max level at level 99, he has 3002 health, 1501 attack, and 0 recovery. So some very good stats. Does not deal with recovery whatsoever, but that health and attack is through the roof. That's like legend-worthy stats right there. He has 30 cost and 4 socket spots, and he is socketable through his Colosseum version as well. So it's actually quite nice that all the units in this batch actually are pretty easily socketable, which is quite nice. His captain ability will boost the attack of strength, dex, and int type characters by 2.5 times. That's a pretty good captain ability, especially if you are an early game player. 3 different colors getting a 2.5 times attack boost is a pretty decent captain ability. His special ability, though, is what makes him so good. So it maxes at 17 turns, and it will go ahead and randomize all non-matching orbs for the strength, int, and dex characters, and then it will boost the attack of those 3 colors by 1.75 times for 2 turns. This guy is a very, very good unit for Blackbeard teams in particular. Because he is one of the better units for the Blackbeard teams, because Blackbeard teams have always struggled with getting a good type booster because they run so many different classes. It's hard to run, either a color booster or a class booster, but this is really good because this works with 3 different colors, so he's a very, very good type booster for that team, and it's a 2-turn type boost as well. And the thing about this unit that makes him so good, a lot of people might not want to use him because he's got such a high cooldown, but the reason why he is so good is because of his sailor ability, which states that when any other character on your crew uses a special, it reduces his own cooldown by 1 turn. So this is insane, meaning that, if you use the 5 other specials on your crew, he gets a 5-turn cooldown reduction. Like, that's absolutely nutty. This guy has one of the coolest sailor abilities in the game, and this is like one of the reasons why a lot of people like to use him. This guy's very, very good in Colosseums and any other raid bosses, but he's very, very good in teams where all of your other specials need to be activated in like 1 turn or whatever. This guy's really, really strong for that, meaning that, technically if you have to use all 5 of your specials, he's only going to have a 10-turn cooldown because of his cooldown reduction from his sailor, and if you have level 2 cooldown reduction sockets, then, this guy can, get his special up very, very quickly. So in my opinion, he's a very, very good unit, really, really nice to have, although you won't need to use him all the time. Now we're going to overview the next character, which is going to be Mr. Zero, Clash of the Great Pirate Era. This guy is an int striker-driven type character, and at max level at level 99, he has 2,760 health, 1457 attack, and 197 recovery. So across the board, very good stats once again. He has 30 cost and 4 socket spots. Once again, easily socketable through his Fortnite version. His captain ability will boost the attack of strikers by 2.5 times, and then recover 1.5 times this character's recovery in health at the end of each turn. So this is definitely one of the characters that you would probably feed recovery candies to, even though you won't be using this guy as a captain all that much. If you need to use him as a captain, then you can go ahead and do that, get a little bit of recovery back, which is nice. But his most important part is going to be his special ability. Now, it is a little bit of a shame that his cooldown is so high, but it is a pretty good special overall. So it maxes at 15 turns with a 21 initial starting cooldown. It deals 20 times his attack and int damage to all enemies, really good that it's AoE damage. Then reduces the special cooldowns of strikers by 1 turn, and then boost the attack and orb effects of strikers by 1.5 times for 1 turn. So effectively, giving strikers a 2.25 times boost if they have a matching orb, which is pretty bonkers. This guy is very, very good for striker type teams, especially if you guys are running Neko Mamushi teams, because he can make all those type orbs beneficial, meaning that getting matching orbs is pretty easy, and then you can use this guy giving a 2.25 times boost to your strikers. So this guy's really, really strong for Colosseum stage 4s or stage 3s if you need to take on a mini boss. This guy's very, very good for that, for your striker type teams. And another reason why this guy is so good is his Sailor ability, which states that it restores his own special by 2 turns when it is rewound. So this is very good for the upcoming Neo Clash Kizaru fight, because it will rewind your specials when this guy completely counters that, and his special ability himself will rewind all of your striker specials back so that they are ready to go on, you know, that first turn of the Kizaru run. But not even just the Kizaru run, just in general, this is a very, very good Sailor ability, because he will not only, you know, restore his own special when it's rewound, but he will restore all your other striker character specials as well. So this guy is very, very good overall. Gives you AoE damage, cooldown reduction, and a really nice boost to your striker team. So in my opinion, he's probably my favorite of the batch, I think, just because of how much utility he provides to striker type teams. But overall, very, very good rare recruit to have, and as I said before, very easily sockable as well. So now let's move on to the next of the batch. Next unit we'll discuss is going to be Bloodshy, Clash of the Great Pirate era. So Bloodshy is a Dex fighter slasher type character, very, very good classes right there. And at max level at level 99, he has 2,814 health, 1,490 attack, and 177 recovery. So again, insane stats right there for a regular 5-star rare recruit. 30 cost and 4 socket spots. Once again, easily socketable through his Fortnite version. Let's talk about his abilities now. So, he is a 2.5 times attack, 1.25 times health, 2 fighter type captain. So, he's not bad. Not too bad if you guys are starting off. Again, like, that's the same with all these captains. Like, they're not the best captains in the game. They're just kind of like mediocre nowadays in terms of the meta. So, if you are starting off, this is not a bad captain ability. But, you know, generally when you get late game, you're going to have a lot better captains than these. But not a bad captain ability at all. So special ability will go ahead and cut the health of all enemies by 10%, and then reduce the defense of all enemies by 50%, and then amplify the effects of all orbs by 1.75 times for 1 turn on a 10-turn cooldown at max special. This is a very good special ability, because it reduces defense, which is one of the big things. So you can go ahead and use conditional boosters like Marigold, Colosseum, Valentine. There's a bunch more that do it. So this is a very good special for activating those types of conditional boosts. And then on top of that, provides that 1.75 orb boost. And he also gives you that, you know, that little bit of 10% health cut as well, which is really, really nice. Like, this is a good special considering his cooldown. 16 turns initial, 10 turn max. Very, very good. And as I said before, he is easily socketable from his Fortnite as well. Let's go ahead and talk about his Sailor ability. Now, this is a Sailor ability that we haven't seen in the game thus far. Very, very new, but it will go ahead and add 2 times his attack as additional typeless damage to all enemies. So, when he's the Sailor, every unit that attacks will get an additional 2 times this character's attack as additional damage. So, it's basically like Raid Sabo, but completely nerfed. Like, it's a Raid Sabo special, like, all the time, but it's only 2 times this character's attack. So, it's around 3,000 extra damage that you get per attack. So, you know, it adds a little bit of damage, but it's, like, nothing to really, you know, nothing to really talk about. You know, it's nothing major, but it is just kind of there. So I guess if you guys are running like a zombie-ish team and you have this guy as a sub, it might help in those circumstances, but a lot of the time it's a very negligible amount of damage that he adds to your crew. But it is still there. You know, it's still a little bit of extra damage that might help you cross the line. But yeah, not a bad Sailor ability at all, and it does open, you know, the doors to potential other Sailor abilities like this in the future. So now overviewing this brand new Bloodshy, let's talk about the last rare recruit of the batch, and then we'll talk about the new SUGO-FEST exclusive character. Last rare recruit that we're going to be talking about is going to be Bartholomew Mkuma, who is a Psy Shooter Cerebral type character, and at max level at level 99, he has 3,035 health, 1,300 attack, and 220 recovery. He has 30 cost and 4 socket spots, socketable from his Clash event, so you can go ahead and do that. A very, very easy 60 stamina raid boss. His captain ability will boost the attack of shooters by 2.5 times, and then give them a 1.2 times health boost. Again, not a bad captain ability, but not the best. His special ability, very, very interesting special ability, maxes at 15 turns with a 20 turn initial cooldown, reduces the duration of Bind and Despair by 7 turns. He then recovers 20% of your crew's max health and has a low chance, now it's just a low chance, to eliminate all enemies. Now what it means by eliminate all enemies, it is essentially the Red Recruit Shiryu, what he does. He will completely eliminate all enemies, but the thing is, it doesn't kill one enemy, it'll either kill all enemies or it won't kill anything. So it can be very, very nice, but the main thing about this guy that's really nice is the utility. You know, 7 turns reduction of Bind and Despair is very, very good nowadays, and also gives you 20% health recovery as well, which is also really, really nice to have. But there is that off chance that when you activate his special, you just clear the entire room, which is quite nice. There aren't many instances where, you know, that needs to occur, but you know, it can happen, which is quite nice to have. But you know, as I said, it's a really low chance, so the chances of it happening not very high. And he has a Sailor ability that will apply, very similar to the Time Skip Chopper, where if he hits a perfect, he'll keep the matching orb for the following turn. So if he has a Psi Orb, hits a perfect, he'll keep that Psi Orb for the following turn. Pretty good Sailor ability, nothing, you know, not like amazing, but not a bad Sailor ability at all for this character. But now we've gone ahead and talked about all of the brand new rare recruits of the batch. Let's go ahead and talk about the most exciting character of the batch, being the new 6-star character, ENEL.
何をしようとも、この国の終焉の形が変わるわけではない。
So I'd like to introduce you guys to the brand new SUGO-FEST exclusive legend, Comie NL. So this is a pretty confusing legend to get your head around at first with his abilities, but I'll explain it in depth to the best of my ability, and hopefully you guys understand what he does. But let's go and overview just his other effects first. So he is a quick striker shooter type character, and at max level at level 99, he has 2,890 health, 1,503 attack, and 414 recovery, so the very, very high recovery stat. Now, he has 55 cost and 5 socket spots, again, socketable from his Clash event. Now, his captain ability will reduce your crew's health by 20%, like just straight out of the gate, no matter what, you're going to get 20% health reduction when you use this guy as a captain. But a lot of people might see that and think that this guy's trash, but the reason for that is we'll go through that. But anyways, on top of that, he will also boost the chances of landing on a recovery orb, and then those recovery orbs have going to be treated as beneficial orbs, which is quite nice. And the chance for you to land on a recovery orb is extremely high. Like, I've seen so many videos of Legend NL, and the rate to get recovery orbs is... it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous how many recovery orbs that you actually get with this guy as a captain, especially if you run double NL. Oh my god, you get so many recovery orbs, and they're all treated as matching orbs. So there's a really, really high chance that you're going to be getting matching orbs with this guy as your captain. Then, on top of that, he will boost the attack of all characters depending on the amount of health that you healed in the previous turn. So, no matter what, you're going to be getting a 2x attack boost with this guy as your captain. However, if you heal 10,000 or more health, he will boost your attack in the next turn by 3.25 times. So that's a really, really nice multiplier. It's a rainbow multiplier as well. But the thing is, you have to heal up to 10,000 is the max threshold to reach the 3.25 times, and it is a proportional thing. So it's anywhere between 2 times to 3.25 times. You know, so either you heal nothing or you heal 10,000. Now, remember, the auto heal is actually counted with that, so you're at least getting it just like a slightly above 2 times attack boost every single turn, depending on how much auto heal you actually have. And because you get so many recovery orbs, the amount of recovery that you heal will be also adding to that multiplier for that following turn. Now, the reason why he reduces your health by 20%, a lot of people, as I said before, a lot of people might not like that, but the reason for that is because his special ability revolves around how much you overheal or excess heal. Now, what I mean by that is it is the leftover health that you will retrieve after you reach your maximum health. So let's say you need like 1,000 health to reach full health, and then you pick up a recovery orb and you heal 2,500. Now what happens is that 1,000 goes into your max HP, and then what's left over, that would be 1,500 is left over. That 1,500 excess healing is then stored away in a value that will continuously, you know, increase throughout your entire run, and what his special will do, it deals 10 times the amount of excess healing prior to you activating this special in typeless damage to all enemies. So what it means is that if we use that example where you healed, excess healed 1500 health, this special will deal 10 times the amount of value that you have overhealed throughout your entire run to all enemies. So with 1500, you times it by 10, that's 15,000 damage to all enemies in typeless damage. Now, that actual value will go all the way up to 2 million damage that you can do. So I believe the amount you have to heal is 20,000 or 200,000. You have to heal 200,000 with this guy in order to reach that maximum threshold of 2 million damage. Now, with the amount of characters in the game that provide a massive amount of heal, like Shirahoshi and Marco, if you have Shirahoshi and Marco, then this guy is going to be your best friend, because when you use your Shirahoshi and Marco specials, the amount of excess healing that you get from those guys will also be added to that value. So if you have Shirahoshi and if you have Marco, then if you pull NL, this is going to be one of your best legends to have, because the amount of damage you can get with his special extremely quickly is quite crazy. This guy's very, very strong, as long as you do have those healers, or if you have a special that will boost your recovery. That means that when you pick up a recovery orb, maybe you get like a 1.5 or a 1.75 recovery boost. That's going to work really, really well. Like 6 plus Boa. 6 plus Boa is a 1.75 times type boost to Psy and Quick, and also boosts your recovery for Psy and Quick for 1.75 for 1 turn. So she might be another good unit to use in the NL teams. So with NL, you kind of want to run like either like pure Quick or like Psy Quick teams. Those seem to be like the best teams to run with NL. And then obviously, if you're going to run NL with Psy and Quick units, the Arc Maxim ship from his Training Forest is going to be great for that as well. And his Training Forest ship, I believe, does fixed damage to all enemies with a special ability. So once again, this guy is a very, very good legend to have. He's not like necessary legend to have to clear certain content, but he's a really, really fun legend to use. A lot of people in Japan do love to use this character, and he is a very, very strong legend as well. 3.25 times attack captain is very, very solid, especially if you go ahead and use like a Marco or a Shirahoshi in the turn before it, because that healing is also added to his captain ability. So you can go ahead, use Shirahoshi in 1 turn, get a full board of rainbow orbs, and then you'll move on to the next turn, and you'll have your full multiplier set, you'll have full matching orbs, and you know, there's just so many different, you know, synergies and so many different combos you can do with this guy. It's insane, and this guy's going to help you clear a lot of content, and he has really good typings too. He is a shooter and a striker character, so you know, there's different types. You can run like class teams with shooter teams, or a striker team, or pure quick teams. You know, as I said before, there's so many different combos you can run with this guy. This guy's a good legend, don't get me wrong, very good legend, but he's not like a necessary legend to clear certain content. So that's just been my whole overview of this entire batch. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But without further ado, I will see you guys within the next video.